be making an ordinary cap gun like this one into a working BB gun like this right here. Okay, this is what you're going to be needing. You're going to be needing a saw, some pipe. I recommend small, but this is the only size I have around the house. Okay, flat-headed screwdriver, some permanent marker, super glue, caps, a cap gun, 8 Betos or 16, 24, as many, because you can put 8 in one of these, some toilet paper and sticky tape. First thing you do is you get your cap gun like this, okay, and then you flick off the sides of it, okay, which will end up with like that. And once you've done that, you get your saw and you cut it. Quite hard to cut it. Okay, and that should leave you with a perfect opening like that. You can sand it so it's more smooth, but I can't be bothered doing that right now. Okay guys, well, make sure you cut it along this bit here. Okay, so just right like that. Yep, and now you need to make these pipe bits here. So you got to put these pipe bits around the outside of it, because air, okay, when you shoot, the air flows from the outside of it straight down these bits here and stops the bullet, the BD, from getting out. But with this, they can't come from here, so they come from the back of it and push it out the front. Okay, so you get your pipe, and then you cut it. Okay guys, once you've cut it, you should end up something like this. Just a little bit here. Okay. Now, you just mark the middle of it. Okay, so you mark it. So it's like the center. Okay, and then you cut it like this. Now guys, once you've cut it, you end up with something like this, okay? Now before you actually put it on the sides of the gun, make sure you put the magazine in it, so you know like how to do it, okay? You might put it on there and find out it's not exactly perfect on there, because it's a bit big, okay? So here's what you do, you just gotta cut it, you gotta cut it down. So you just get this, okay? You get this, and then you just measure where you think you've got it, so around about here, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly down the middle, okay? And now you got to cut it like this.
Just be careful.
Okay guys, once you've finished cutting, you should end up something like this, okay? Now grab your gun and put the pipe on there at the front bit here. Yep. And if it like fits just like that right in there, yep. And then, yep. Just hang on. Once you've done that, and you pull the trigger, it moves. It's perfect. Now you got to grab the other side, and you put it along the other side right here. Okay. And then you just got to measure, get your permanent marker. And then you got to measure where you have to cut it. Now we just twist this around. A bit of disarray. And I need to cut it there. Okay? You guys don't want to just stuff up with the pipe. Okay? Okay guys. Now, you got to make sure that you put it on this bit here. That little line there. Don't put it on here. Because if you do, won't be able to open it all. Okay, so now that you've trimmed them both the same size, so they're big enough to fit on each of these, it's time for your super glue. You just You just put some super glue on there like that, and on the bottom here. Okay, and once you've done that, you stick it on here like this. Okay guys, once the thing here has dried, okay, it's okay if it's like a little bit there. See how it's just a tiny little bit between each thing, okay? Once that's dried, you put on the other side, okay? And while this other side here is drying, I'm going to show you how to actually make the ammo box things. Yes, for the ammo. Get some more super
With that,
glue
you just
there.
got to make sure you can turn that when you pull the trigger. Make it sure it turns. If it turns, then it's all fine. You don't need to worry about anything. If it doesn't turn, you're stuffed up and you got to start again. That's why Tarzan grip is also as good as super glue, because if you stuff up, you can rip it off. But super glue is like a lot harder when it dries because it's really tough. And yeah.
Okay guys, make sure like you could dry it like this if you wanted to, so like it doesn't dry on that if the super glue leaks onto it. But once it's like dried, fold it down like this and pull the trigger and put your thumb on it or a finger, and don't actually push down, just feel if it goes up, or just put something coloured on it and watch it go up, because if you do it really fast, it gives the illusion that it's going up and down again. Okay guys, now that my it's hard to tell, my gun has finished. Okay, my gun is finished drying. Okay, I'm gonna go on to making the ammo. That's where the toilet paper comes in. Okay, so you just grab something random. So you grab out your ammo pack thing here. Okay, first thing you gotta do is you gotta get your tissue. You gotta get your toilet paper or tissue, and you gotta rip it in half. Not like rip it down the middle, just rip it like this. Okay? And once you've done that, you just stick it over it, and you don't actually put the whole thing over. You can use scissors, but yeah, I'm not at school. You grab that and you stick it over it, and you just twirl it around like that, and yes, that is good. Okay. And now it's time for the Beatos. Okay, you just grab one Beato, and just put your Beatos. Yes. Yes. Okay, put one Beato in each of the things like this. Oops. It's quite hard because I don't want to double up. Yep, don't double up, guys. Okay, now once you've got there, see if you push it forward, all of them will fall out. That's what the tissue or the toilet paper comes in.
You got to make sure it's thin, so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
So it just barely scratches through.
So it won't fall out if it's like when you hang it down with gravity, but you shoot, it'll rip through it.
Yes, it does. Okay, guys. Now I've got the sticky tape. Let's take a piece of sticky tape. Cut it. Now this is almost the hardest part of the whole thing.
But first you got to make sure the Beato's in there before you just put it over there, because that'd be stupid if it didn't in there.
Exactly.
Because that's made that to hold.
Okay guys, so just slowly go around the edge. Slowly. Push hard down.
That's what she said.
Slowly. Slowly. Okay, done. Yep, and now, okay, just push real hard on it. Open your gun up. Oh. Silly me. Put the thing in.
Toilet paper towards the snub nose of the gun.
Yeah.
And the caps behind like they normally
And
go.
the caps go in.